The soft chime of the jewelry store's doorbell rang through the quiet, elegant boutique as a little girl stepped inside. Her curious eyes scanned the glittering display cases, filled with wonder. She couldn't have been older than 8, her brown curls bouncing with every step. Clutching a small, well-worn teddy bear in one arm, she wandered toward the counter. There, a sharply dressed man examined a stunning diamond ring under the bright showroom lights. That man was Sebastian King, a billionaire known for his vast empire of luxury hotels and real estate ventures spanning multiple continents. He was a man of few words, always carrying an air of authority and control. Places like this weren't ones he often visited, but today was different. The ring in his hands wasn't just any ring, it was an exact replica of one he had lost years ago. A ring that once belonged to someone he had loved deeply. As he turned the ring under the light, lost in thought, the little girl beside him tilted her head, watching him closely. Her tiny voice broke the silence. "Hi, sir," she said politely. "My mom has a ring just like yours." Sebastian's fingers stiffened around the band. His sharp blue eyes flicked toward the girl, suddenly filled with curiosity. His heart skipped a beat. "Your mother?" he asked, his voice steady, but carrying an unreadable edge. The girl nodded eagerly. "Yes. It looks just like that. She always wears it. She says it's very special." Sebastian's grip on the ring tightened as his mind raced. Impossible. The original ring had been unique, one of a kind. The only person who had ever possessed it was... He shook off the thought. No. He had accepted the loss years ago, burying it alongside memories that still haunted him. And yet, something about this little girl's innocent words sent a shiver down his spine. "What's your name?" he asked carefully. "Mia," she chirped, swinging her teddy bear back and forth. "I came here with my mom. She's over there." She pointed toward the back of the store, where a woman stood, examining a display of necklaces. Sebastian's breath caught in his throat. The world seemed to slow. The woman turned slightly, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. And in that split second, he felt as if he were staring at a ghost. His heartbeat pounded against his ribs, recognition hitting him like a tidal wave. It couldn't be. The woman who had vanished from his life years ago. The one he never thought he'd see again. And she was wearing that ring. Sebastian took a slow, deliberate step forward, his pulse hammering in his ears. His mind was screaming with questions, but none could form into words. Was it really her? How was this possible? And, if it was her, why had she never come back? Before he could move any closer, Mia suddenly tugged at his sleeve. "Sir," she whispered, looking up at him with wide, innocent eyes. "Are you okay? You look like you saw a ghost." Sebastian inhaled sharply, forcing himself to regain his composure. He had to be sure. He had to know the truth. "Mia," he said slowly, his voice quieter now. "What's your mother's name?" The little girl beamed. "Emily." The name struck him like lightning. Emily. The woman he had once loved. The woman who had vanished without a trace. And now, she stood just a few feet away. His mind reeled with 1,000 questions, but only one mattered now. If Emily was here, if she was really alive, why had she never come back to him? Mia let go of his sleeve and ran toward her mother. Emily turned at the sound of her daughter's voice, offering her a gentle smile, until her eyes met Sebastian's. Her expression froze. Her smile vanished. For a moment, neither of them moved. The weight of unspoken words, lost years, and unanswered questions hung between them like an invisible storm. Emily's fingers instinctively curled around the ring on her hand. Sebastian clenched his jaw. The past was no longer buried. It had just walked right back into his life. And this time, he wouldn't let it slip away so easily.